Hello, my name is Beth King-Smith. I'm a partner at the firm here, and I'm here today with one of my colleagues, Caroline Cowley, and we are in the disputed wills, trusts and estates team. And today we are here to have a conversation with you about executors and what can you do if you have concerns that an executor of an estate isn't acting properly. So Caroline, tell us about executors.
Yeah, thanks Beth. I think this is a really common problem. I think the first problem stems from the fact that people think estate administration is a lot quicker than it actually is. But then there are always concerns about the executor not doing what they should or not providing beneficiaries with the information that they should. And I think the first thing that I would say is if you feel that the executor's not acting quite as they should, if you have this gut instinct, you're probably right. But I think the best thing to do is to talk to people like us and we can find out some information. And I think we would write to the executor if we were concerned that they weren't providing beneficiaries with information such as estate accounts or a distribution of the estate. But Beth, what can we do if it's actually a lot worse than this? It's not just a question of executors not providing information, but they're actually potentially acting in breach of the duties.
Yeah, sometimes we do have situations where executors may, for example, have helped themselves to some of the money from the estate, and you might have suspicions about that. So I think in that instance, what we would probably recommend to start with is an application for what's called an inventory and account. So that is basically a very legal way of saying, we want to know what's gone on, and the court's going to make you tell us what's gone on. So the naughty executor in that case would have to provide full details of all the estate assets, bank accounts, pensions, policies, things, so that we can have some visibility and then advise you further. If we get to that stage and we do get some visibility about the accounts and it still doesn't look right, then I think we would probably be advising at that stage to look at possibly removing the executor and replacing the executor. So that's something we also do quite a lot of. Do you want to tell us a bit, Caroline, about that?
Yeah, thanks Beth. There's an application that we can make under Section 50 of the Administration of Justice Act. And it gives the court the ability to say, I don't think this executor is acting in the best interests of the estate, we're going to remove them. And quite often they will appoint an independent administrator, and that's often a private client solicitor who deals with estate administration. And that way then the estate administration can be dealt with correctly, distributions can be made, and hopefully the administration can progress as it should.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Caroline. So what we find often in these cases is that it has to be more than you just don't like your brother because he's the executor and he's the eldest and you're a bit suspicious of him. There does actually have to be some substance behind what it is you say that they have done wrong. So if it's just a breakdown in relationships, then this probably isn't going to help you. But if there are some serious things that have gone on, especially with finances or living in a property, say, that the deceased owned and the executor's taking that residence for a couple of years, things like that, then the court would certainly look to assist and remove the executor. The executor would be replaced with an independent administrator.
What I would just say, Beth, is that if there has just been a breakdown and a family breakdown in relationships, we can still help. Because quite often a letter from a solicitor setting out their duties can prompt people to do what they should.
Exactly, and sometimes we find that just receiving a letter on proper headed paper from a law firm does actually make naughty executors behave a bit better. Yeah. And that can often be simply because emotions are running high, or perhaps they're trying to save money by doing the estate administration themselves, and there's just suspicion. So yeah, trust your gut feeling, I think, would be our advice.
Agreed.